All right, all right. What's going on, party people? This your man Griff. Hey, I just want to throw this quick video up here and just being transparent with y'all on something I'm trying to work through. Okay, that's the best way I can put it. And I'm explaining the whole scenario to you. It's not going to take that long. And happy Fritter Friday to y'all. All right, so I've been seeing this situation come up a little bit more and more, and basically, what the situation is that a lot of signing companies, not all, I won't even say a lot, I will say some signing companies are under a lot of pressure, and that pressure is starting to leak over onto notaries. And I'll explain what I'm talking about. Due to the fact that, as you know, it's tight right now for us. If the notaries are having a hard time getting work, then that means the signing companies are having a hard time getting work, which means the title and the lenders. So everybody is having a hard time finding clientele. And it's a small pool of clientele that everybody is fighting for. And these signing companies, they are struggling. We talked about the ones, that not specifically told you who, but there are ones out there who have shut down, filing bankruptcy, delaying payment. Some of them are like, we get, the work we get in today is going to pay people from last week or last month or last year, dealing with all of that. So they're under a lot of stress. And unfortunately, when human beings get under stress, and if they don't understand how to deal with that stress or how to um, handle that stress, how to not let it get the best of them, it can leak out on other people. And a lot of times it's not intentional. It's just a defense mechanism, a safety measure, a way to try to protect yourself. A survival mechanism, fight or flight, things of that nature. So what's been going on, at least toward me? And I know it's not personal. I know it's not them picking on me. I know that clearly. It's something they're dealing with as a wide brush to just try to deal with the issue all overall. There's a lot of things that I've talked about, and I know people are doing videos right now about common notary mistakes and all of that. Well, one of the biggest mistakes right now that is happening is that notaries are not shipping documents out on time, and they're not scanning documents. Those are the two biggest things right now. So what I've been dealing with, that's been coming toward me, is I will take an order, and these are what comes. And some of the companies are new. I haven't done one with before, and some of them have done hundreds with, at least 100 or whatever. And now what's happening is that no sooner than you finish a signing, let's say you have a 10 o'clock, it's a short one, 75 pages. You finish it up about, say, 10:30. We'll give you 30 minutes, you do it, and you hit the button, you go in there, here's the FedEx number, dot, 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 I'm done. And now you're heading home to go scan it back. Or if you don't have a scan back, you're like, well, I'm going to head on to my next appointment or whatever the case may be. But you're leaving the place and you're going on. Well, no sooner than you hit the button and say send, you're getting notifications saying, so you are going to drop the documents off, right? Now, in the closeout report, you, depending on whether it's SnapDocs or signing order, you put in the fact that you're going to drop it off. You let them know, yeah, I'm going to drop it off. But they're contacting you like you didn't say that. And you're like, okay, what's going on? Why are you calling me or sending me text messages and stuff demanding that I respond back saying I will drop it off? When I did the closeout report, which is saying I will drop it off. Well, the issue is, and a couple of them called and I asked them, said, did I do something wrong for you to call me? I mean, I'm in the middle of doing this. I'm trying to get that done. And you're asking me, I said, what did I do? They said, well, you didn't do anything. We're just dealing with a lot of notaries who won't do what they're supposed to do. So we're just calling and asking everybody, just double checking that you are going to do what you're supposed to do. And I'm like, okay, well, in my mind, I'm like, well, can you at least give me a shot to not do it before you accuse me of not doing it? And to help you understand where I'm coming from is that I put forth a lot of effort to try to get things done right. And I try not to judge people based on other people or especially companies, when I'm dealing with the company. So if this company over here has been a pain or they get documents to me late or whatever the case may be, When I'm dealing with this company, so company A is a little iffy. I don't deal with company B based off of what I dealt with company A. I'm aware of it. I know these things can happen, but I give them the benefit of the doubt until they do it because I personally don't think it's fair for me to subscribe a level of bad behavior to a signing company or a title company when they never done anything wrong and this company over here has been a problem. Um, I don't do that. Same thing. I don't subscribe. Okay, this signer is going to be bad. This signer gave me problems, so all signers are going to give me problems. I don't do that. And now there are people who do that. You look at them cockeyed, they're going to think everybody's looking at them cockeyed. So the struggle that I have is keeping my composure when these things happen. The other thing is scanbacks. I'm getting the notifications from people or phone calls, saying, hey, yeah, we see you just finished doing the closeout report saying that you're going to drop the documents off for next day delivery, but you haven't done the scans yet. And I'm like, well, I'm just leaving the customer's house, haven't even been gone 10 minutes. So there's no way I could have done the scans. I'm like, I'm on my way home to do them. Well, I mean, yeah, we get that, but but you said you was going to drop them off. I'm like, well, I have to say that I'm gonna drop them off because that's the question that's asked of me. The question is saying, are you going to drop them off for next day delivery? I can't lie and say no. If I say no, then you're going to be like, why you can't? What's the problem? So I say yes because that's the option, and you're like, well, why did you say that you're going to drop them off when you haven't given me the scans? And this is very frustrating to me because I'm like, why are you doing this to me? What did I do to deserve this? You didn't do anything. It's those other people. And that's where that's what I think is not correct. I don't think we should be doing each other that way. Notary shouldn't be blaming a company for not paying them when that company hasn't done that before. Well, I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know. I just did the signing yesterday, but I'm just sending you my invoice to make sure you pay me because these other companies ain't been paying people. Well, have I given you a reason to believe that I wouldn't pay you? No, I'm just making sure. Any signing company will say, hey, don't lump me in that same category as them. So my struggle and frustration is that I'm trying to keep a level head because I'm fighting to get orders just like everybody else. And like today, I got 4 orders. So I'm sitting here doing 4 orders, and then next thing I know, I'm getting phone calls, text messages, emails, requesting that I respond and tell them and affirm to them that I will do something that is already outlined in the order. The order already says that you are supposed to do scan backs and drop the documents off for same day. Then trust that I'm going to do that. But right now, that level of trust to all notaries is at an all-time low. And I have to work real hard on keeping my composure because I'm like, I haven't done anything. And one of my issues is that I don't like being blamed for something that I haven't done. I don't like being chastised for something that I haven't done. And that's starting to happen more and more. Now, of course, some of you will say, well, they must be coming at you. No, I'm telling you, they're not picking on me. They're telling me straight up. Because if they call me and ask me, I'm asking them, okay, what's the problem? Where's the concern? Did I give you any indication that I wouldn't? And they're telling me straight up, no, you didn't do anything. you know, we're just asking you because we just want to make sure. So you want to have me on, sometimes they're recording phone calls. You want to have some kind of notification or some kind of documentation. That's what I mean. That I said I would do this. So it's almost like what they're saying is that the um, terms of service agreement that I said that I would follow isn't strong enough to make me do what I'm supposed to do. So even though you have this terms of service, I'm gonna just do what I want to do, which is basically what these other notaries are doing, but I'm not doing that. So that's what I'm struggling with. I'm struggling to stay focused and make sure that I'm trying not to be disrespectful to another person's business, but at the same time, I'm running my business and doing what I'm supposed to do. So I'm like, don't lump me with them. Just like I'm not going to lump you with these other signing companies who aren't doing things the way they're supposed to be doing. So I'm sharing this with you because when you get to a point in this business of about 3 to 4 years and you've learned what you should and shouldn't be doing and you've got a flow, the one thing that you don't want and you've worked hard for is for people not to blame you, to accuse you of doing something that you have no intentions of doing. You have there's no proof. You haven't even said anything, done anything, and now you're being blamed and accused of doing something wrong. And when you're being called and texted and emailed, and they're demanding that you have to tell them, I will deliver on time. I will do this. And I don't like that because it's like, okay, I got you. You said this. And and because you said it, nothing, like if what happens if you get in a car accident? What happens if a family emergency come up or something and you don't get to the FedEx in time? Or a car accident or the traffic or whatever. And then it's like what you said you was and you didn't. That's what I'm concerned about. That you're lumping us in there, and I don't think that is correct. I don't think that's the correct way we should be operating with one another. Now, if you got bad notaries out there doing things wrong, signing companies, title companies, here's a easy solution. Don't use them. They start acting a fool. Don't use them, and guess what? Use me. Throw me to work because and the other notaries who are doing good. Because if I'm doing good by you, then give me the work and I'm doing this full time, so I can do it. You got 5 orders in a day. Okay, give me 5, and I won't take nobody else's because I got 5 with you. I'll knock it out. You got 7 in a week. I'll do your 7, whatever the case may be. But don't keep using those bad notaries and use those who are doing you right. You get what I'm saying? That's what I believe should happen. So that's my struggle. And I'm working through it and I'm getting better. And I think I handled myself pretty good today when that situation came up when I was being asked about scan backs. And I'm like, okay, you asking me about scan backs, and I'm not even 10 minutes from leaving the person's house, and you're acting as if I'm going to actually drop the documents off without doing what you told me to do in the order. So that's frustrating. That's frustrating. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. Tell me in the comment section what you think, how you feel about it. Has that happened to you? Are you seeing an increase of that? You may have already seen that prior to me seeing it in my area, but that's what I've been dealing with. So I just wanted to share that with y'all. I want to hear your feedback. Thanks. Y'all have a great one. Happy Fritter Friday. Y'all be easy.